Okay, Saxon 4 math students, we are ready for lesson 48, multiplying two-digit numbers part 2. So let's warm up with some mental math. And I noticed that a couple of my students were pausing these and mentally solving them and then click and play. I think that's a great idea if you want to continue to do that. When the numbers get this big, I like to start looking at the tens and ones together. So I'm going to look at 66 and 72, and I'm going to look at 60 plus 70, and I know that's 130, and 6 and 2 is 8, so 138 plus 400, 538. Now let's look at the 70 plus the 80. I know that's 150 plus 2 and 6, that's 8 more, so 158. Here's another set of 100, 258 plus 500 more, 758. Now let's look at the 80 and the 70, and we know that's 150 plus 2 and 3 is 5. So 155, 255, and 600 more would be 855. Okay, $3.59 plus $2.50. Let's go ahead and look at the 59 and the 50. That's $1.09, right? Plus 5 more dollars, $6.09. Cassie has $4.60. Victoria has $2.45. How much money do the girls have all together? So let's look at the 60 cents and the 45 cents. That's $1.05, right? Now let's add 6 more dollars, and you've got $7.05. Enrique has $6.24, and Kalila has $2.98. How much money do they have all together? The trick for this one is to pretend that this is 3, and we'll adjust by 2 cents when we're finished. So add $3 to $6.24, and then take away 2 cents, $9.22. Estimate the total cost of items that are priced $2.98, $3.05, and $8.49. I'm going to pretend that this is 3 and this is 3, and that's 6 plus 8 plus 50 cents. So they said $14.50 or $14 is a good estimate. Okay, here we go. The square root of 64. That would be 8 times 5 is 40 plus 410, 450. Now let's do the 30, 487. Okay, problem solving. We have to choose an appropriate strategy. On Dejanelle's morning ride to school, she saw a sign that displayed an outdoor temperature of 29 degrees Fahrenheit. And on Dejanelle's afternoon ride home, the sign displayed a temperature of 4 degrees Celsius. Did the outdoor temperature rise or fall during the day? And how can you tell? So 29 degrees Fahrenheit, that is really close to what? Something we talk about quite a bit. It's really close to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Which is the freezing point of water. So 29 degrees Fahrenheit is below freezing. Now let's take a look at the Celsius. 4 degrees Celsius. Well, what is the freezing point of water at Celsius? It's 0, right? Okay, so it's a little higher. So in the morning, it was below freezing. In the afternoon, it was above freezing. So we know that the temperature rose. Okay, example 1. The contractor purchased 8 doors for $64 each. What was the total price of the doors before tax? So we're going to do 64 on top times 8. And I like to get my pencil going. I like to do tap, tap, tap. So I'm going to start with the number that is opposite of the multiplication sign. So I'm going to tap 8 and say 8 times 4 equals 32. Now I'm finished with the ones, okay? And if you want to mark them off, you even can. 8 times 6, 48, plus 3, 51, and $, $512. And it shows you step by step how to do the ones and then the tens. And remember, you have to add what you carry. A chef uses 2 cups of milk to make 1 pot of soup. About how many quarts of milk does he need to make 18 pots of soup? And it says about, so we do get to estimate. And let's round off this 18 pots and say it's what? Let's say it's 20. And let's figure out cups first, okay, step at a time. So 2 cups times 20 pots, that would be how many cups? 40 cups. Okay, now remember the gallon house? Remember the great big G? Okay, let's do it again real quickly. The great big G, and the windows are Q's for quarts, because it's almost like quarter, right? And then there are little people looking out the doors, or the windows, I'm sorry. And each of those, oh, that's going to need to be bigger for me to fit the eyeballs in. And each of those little people has 2 eyes, and we make them look like C's. And the question is, we've got 20 cups, right? No, 40 cups, I'm sorry. We need to figure out 40 cups is how many quarts, okay? So in a quart, you have 4 cups, right? So if I take 40 cups divided by little groups of 4, because that's how many are in a quart, 4 times something equals 40. What is it? It's 10. So it'll take 10 quarts because 40 cups is the same thing as 10 quarts. Okay? And there we have it. Love the gallon house. Okay. Find each product. We've got 16 times 4. And get your pencil in the tapping mood, okay? 4 times 6, 24. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 2 is 64. Now 24 times 3. Here we go. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1, 7. Now $45 times 6. Here we go. We always start with tapping the number that's next to the multiplication sign, okay, on the bottom. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27, and don't forget your dollar sign. 53 times 7. So we're going to have to write that vertically, okay? 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 2 is 37. 35 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. 64 times 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 3 is 57. Okay, use money manipulatives to demonstrate this multiplication, except we're not going to do the manipulatives. We're beyond that. $14 times 3. Written vertically. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. $42. Okay, the restaurant orders 19 gallons of milk per day. Estimate the number of quarts that would equal 19 gallons. Okay, it says we get to estimate. Okay, so let's round this off to 20 gallons. And we know that there are 4 quarts. Remember, because quart is kind of like quarter. 4 quarts in a gallon. So if we do 4 times 20, that would give us about 80 quarts. Then estimate the number of liters of milk the restaurant orders per day. Okay, and a quart is about the same size as a liter. So there you have it, 80 liters. So if you imagine a 2-liter soft drink, about half of that is about the same size as a quart. And now you are ready to go back and check 47 written practice. So hit pause as you check 1 through 9. Hit pause as you check 10 through 27. And hit pause as you check 29 through 30 and the early finisher if you did that. And you're finished.